This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined with Johnny Nelson here. It's just getting late here at the press conference. They're wrapping up. Everything's sort of coming down as we speak. But yeah, you all good, mate?
I'm good. We're in the Guildhall. What an amazing, iconic place. You know, this is where the Romans made it their headquarters here in England. Downstairs is like an old boxing auditorium where they used to put fights on. If you live in London, you got to look up. There's some amazing buildings here, and so what a place to have such an event.
Absolutely. We'll jump straight into it. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois. Bit of a respectful press conference. A few funny bits between the pair. The sparring was obviously brought up. But yeah, overall, what did you guess make of all the fight week build-up so far?
I knew both fighters would be respectful. There's no reason to get all hoity-toity. You know, it's done and dusted. They don't dislike each other. It's just they're fighting each other. And so I think Anthony Joshua, as long as you don't disrespect him, he'll not be on your toes. I think Daniel Dubois tried to be sharp, tried to be on it, but you know, he just wasn't sharp enough for it to flow. So Joshua let him off thinking, you know what, I could jump on you, but I ain't doing it, man, I'm out.
Absolutely. Just before I sort of just touch on the fight briefly, I did want to bring up a big story that's come out this week, and it's come from nothing, I'd say. I think I done an interview with Spencer Fearon yesterday, and he brought up to me a rift between Daniel Dubois' dad and Don Charles. That's since been denied. What do you make of, I guess, all these things coming out on fight week, on the biggest fight of Daniel's career so far?
Well, Spencer Fearon said he received a solicitor's letter from Daniel's dad today, and he said, I'll stand up in court if you want to have this argument publicly. He told me a few things, his version of events. It's not my business, it's not my story. You know, I think now it's out there, people are going to go to him and ask him the question. It's going to give him a platform to say, this is what our argument's about, this is why I said what I said. So sometimes you got to be careful of the battles you choose.
Yeah. I was going to say, like for it to come out like this, I guess if solicitor lets it must be true, but is there part of it like sort of an intention to throw either fighter off, you could say?
No, I think it's about previous business. I think allegedly of what I'm being told. So I don't think it'll make any difference to the fighters. I don't think it'll make any difference to Saturday. I think it'll squash the rumours in regards to Don Charles is not in the camp. So it's just a bit of a side story.
Definitely. I know we spoke about a few weeks ago, actually like last week, about the fight, but just touching on it briefly. Yeah, with Daniel Dubois now seeing the light, coming out of that fight, it's a question I've asked sort of a lot of people. Make him a stronger fighter. You know, people can say, you know, when you got quit, it's always in you, but if he says to seem like he's found a new lease of life and he's seen this light, does it make him stronger? He's got a stronger will?
Of course it does, and we've seen that. The example is Anthony Joshua. He's been through the mill like Daniel Dubois has. He's 34 years old now. So the same thing what's happening to Daniel has happened to Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess when it comes to AJ now, and I guess when it comes to both of them, AJ's more used to sort of headlining Wembley. He's been at Wembley 3 times, and Dubois had been a new thing for himself. Is there a point, do you think that pressure could be too much for him, do you think?
I think Wembley and the British fans are the loudest, the best fans in the world. So when the 96,000 people are there cheering for 2 Brits to fight, it's going to have some effect. AJ's been there, done that, and so there's no questions to be asked of Anthony Joshua. The questions to be asked of Daniel Dubois. Can he take that heat? Can he handle it?
A final one from myself, and I spoke to Lennox Lewis earlier this week, and he sort of likened it to his fight with Frank Bruno. When you look at AJ Dubois, where do you think it sort of ranks between all the great world title domestic heavyweight fights that we've had in this country?
Well, I think this could be a heavyweight version of Hagler Hearns, because you've got 2 fighters that can punch. I think the biggest hitting heavyweights out there. You've got 2 fighters that are not going to take no for an answer. And so one gets one good shit and you're thinking, you're having this. This fight could be done in 3 rounds. Let's ask me that question after the fight, and we'll see.
Absolutely, for sure. Johnny, as always, a pleasure to be speaking to you. Always good to see you, mate. And yeah, enjoy the rest of this week, mate. Top man.